Our stream. Okay, should be streaming. Hopefully on the right channel. Crap, I did an update on YouTube. Too busy talking. So, Jono, do you think you're gonna stick around?
Yeah.
Or you have to go soon?
No, don't worry. I will not stay. If I have to go, I will.
Okay, I'll put channel.
I don't know if I will focus that much because I'm currently doing something for school. Then I have to do that other thing.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'll show your thing first. Spider.
I'm going to my first go-to game when it comes to desert things. Paper Mario!
Okay. Let's see here. Stop the music. Stop the music. Oh, I didn't even set this up. So, bam, 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 bam. There we go. Greetings, everybody out there in Monsterland. And welcome to the world of monsters.
Remember to keep your distance.
That's a little repetitive. I'm going to introduce everybody from the bottom because I'm excited to have Z back. Z's been
Sorry, I
away
have
for a
been
little while.
having a bit of...
Z, what's new in your life?
Well, my father's birthday today. I was out and say hello. Yes, gave him what's it called? A tile cleaner, I think. You know, the things you have outside. Tiles? Is that the right term?
You mean like tiles that you would have in a bathroom wall, or what do you mean?
Well, it's the same in Danish. It's the same word that is in the bathroom as it is outside. It's like stone bricks on the ground.
Okay. So it's a tile cleaner.
Yes, where you could clean the parts.
So you want them to get to work.
Yeah, something.
It just makes me think of that gift, like gifting a wife or girlfriend a broom. You know, I'm sure it's a lot better for him.
Well, he could use it.
Well, did he like it? Is it something he was looking for?
I mean, I think it was my mother's idea, and she had something completely different in mind than what I bought. I read her message and was like, "This is what it says," and I asked the person in the shop, was like, "Yeah, it's over there," and I could only find that one to an exceptionally cheaper price, which I then mistook for the one that she thought it wanted. It wasn't, but hey, I came off being a lot richer from not doing anything.
Nice. And how have you been? Have you been lonely?
Yes,
living
but
that.
I like lonely is where I live.
Right on. Well, good to have you back, C. I hope you're doing well out there. Hope you're staying strong. You live close to your family, though, right?
Yes, close enough.
Cool. Close enough. Yep, I hear you. All right, moving onward. We got C here. We got JMPF. Hola, JMPF. Over in the... There he is.
Hi, everyone.
There he is. Awesome. We got... Let's see, who else we got? We got Giano. How do you say... Arrivederci is goodbye, but... Hello, So hello, Jono, and then hello, Gogmazio. And Gargamel Gold, welcome. Hello, welcome back. And we have Dio. Guten Tag, Dio, welcome back. And Dande. Greetings, Dande.
Hello.
Dande's challenge is still going. His Monster Maker challenge. This month it is Mechanical Monsters. Mechanical Monsters. Get your work done by the end of the month, and we'll take a look at it, review it, and so will he privately. Well, he will do it first in an event, and then we will do it on the Monstercast as well. We got Louis. Greetings, Louis. Good to see ya. And we're good to go. Louis, I don't remember if you did share something. If you did, let me know, so I'll put you on the wheel. Let's put Garg on the wheel. Theo. Garg. Anybody remember what Garg means? It was my Gorgon video right at the start. Garg. Gorgo. Gorgos. Gorgon. It's an... You say that. Eminatopia. Pronounce it, but it's a word that sounds like a sound that you would make. Garg. That's where the word Gorgon comes from. Maybe Uro. I'll post picture. Okay. So let's get started. I'm going to present Jono's work first. Yes, I did. Sent it to you. Okay. All right, Louis. Yeah, I don't remember if it was you sent it before we chatted. Look. Okay. Got it. I should make a ghoul video where I say Garg. That video is pretty fun to watch. Okay. We got everybody on the wheel. Today, I didn't even present the topic. This is Monstercast 77. So we've been doing this for 77 Saturdays. Today's topic is video game monsters that live in deserts. So specific to the biome. Deserts. Ready? Video game monsters of deserts. Or desert video game monster. Or game video monster desert. And OCD is here. Put on the wheel. He enjoys that wheel a little bit too much, but that's alright. We'll put her on the wheel of torture. Welcome, OCD. Or Curtis.
It's maybe a bit late to ask, because this has been a trope for literally forever, but why exactly is it called the Bridge of the Wheel of Torture?
Because I put people on it, and then whoever it chooses, we use to present.
Then Arthur wants them to be naked.
Well, they're required to be naked, yes.
Things. Very nasty things.
So, I just call it the weird Wheel of Torture because what else am I going to call it, you know? I put you guys on it. I spin you into some water and fire and choose you. I mean, when you're chosen, it's not a bad thing. People are ready to be chosen usually and like it. So I guess it's a masochistic kind of way of approaching it, if you get me, Z. People like to be tortured. Some people enjoy it. Like OCD, she enjoys it rather too much. She goes crazy on that wheel. All right.
Damn, Arthur. I think she's like 10 years younger than you. You should stop talking about that stuff.
So what? It's normal. He's an adult. See, Jono? She's good. We don't have children here. All right, here we go.
Oh, I am an adult, Arthur.
Well, that's... So we're going to start with Jono. We're going to talk about desert monsters. Here is the first one that Jono shared. I'm going to put it down here. Let's paste it. Okay, Jono. Since you're here, tell us about it. Why did you choose this one?
Because it was the only one I had to choose. I am, as far as all my gaming career, this is the only and perhaps best video game monster that lives in a desert. It's from Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. Basically, this monster guards crystals that you're required to collect in order to repair your spaceship. Porco Dio. And basically, when killed, they released this space crystal. They also have a laser eye. That's it.
You sure about that, Louis? Hi, Rain. I got your message, Rain. Cool. So has anybody else experienced this in the game, played the game, etc.? Any comments?
I think I experienced it a long time ago. I played that game a long time ago.
Okay. What's the game again, Jono?
Ratchet & Clank Going Commando.
Okay.
Which one of those was it? Because I only remember the 3 first.
The second one.
Oh yes, I remember
Yeah.
that. That was the one where Quark was secret. Spoilers.
Yeah, where Quark is the main villain.
Dang it!
He was in the first one too, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 20 years old game, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of a game is it? What do you do? How do you play it?
It's a platform / third person shooter.
Okay. Gotcha.
Have you never heard of it?
Let me see that title again. Ratchet and Clank. I heard of it, but no, I haven't played it.
It was good.
Yeah, I love the first 3 Ratchet Clanks.
It looks
I stopped playing them.
It's only on PlayStation though?
Yeah, that's why. I only had a
Right.
PlayStation 2, so
I
I stopped after Gladiator, I think.
Gotcha. I wouldn't have touched it at the time. Okie dokie. Thank you, Jono. I like it. It reminds me of the Beholders, of course, and another creature. Oh, that's from a board game where they kind of copy the Beholder in a way. Right on. Let's move along. Let's spin that wheel. We got everybody on the wheel. Let me make sure. Yes, we do. If I call you and you don't want to go, that's all good. Just let me know.
Also, Arthur, if you want, the game had it's only thing for the second game. It has a full list of all the monsters in the game. I linked that to you if you want to read it.
A link with all the monsters. Well, let's take a look at that real quick. Oh, it's a fandom one. Great place for source for quick info on creatures. Quite a list, actually. Okay, not bad, not bad. What was that? A two-headed Smolgian snapper. Cool. Okay, moving along then. Let's spin that wheel. It's going. We got quite a few people on there. JM, Donde, Gog, and Gog. This is what you get for arriving on time. It's your turn. Do you have anything to share for today? Any desert monster? A video game? Yes, he does. Excellent. Let's see if we can guess what it is. Probably. Wonder if C's searching out something. I'm sure he's got something.
Oh yeah, I do.
Might be even Necron related. Necrons are pretty desertish. But this is video games, so it would have to be a specific thing. Okay, got
Well, I was gonna go boring and mine in all the honesty.
I'm liking this one. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let me pop it out. There we go. All right, Gagmazio says, this is Diablos. He is an apex predator, and let me know if I'm too loud for anybody. He is an apex predator and one of the most strongest non-elder dragon monsters in the desert. He got his name from his pair of horns and his temperament and roar. Other than his look, he is actually a herbivore, feeding on cactus. He is very aggressive and territorial, mostly attacking everything in his territory everything that enters his territory, including other Diablo. Nice, so they're cannibalistic. Or they just battle them. Even though he has wings and can fly, he mostly moves by digging through the earth and sand, which allows him to attack from underneath opponents. Sweet. They can move through the sand and earth thanks to sensory organs in his head. And was also referring to Diablos as as a he because female Diablos is mostly black in color and more aggressive. Nice. I want to see a black Diablos, a female one, if you got one, Gogmazio. Plus, I'd like to see a side view of that face. It's a little hard to... okay, besides that, there is also a deviant version called Bloodbath Diablos. That's a cool name. He is classified as Flying Wyvern, or Wyvern. Game, he is from Monster Hunter. Oh, really? Wait a minute, so... Okay, so all these are from Monster. Cool, you're our Monster Hunter master, Gogmazio. You have earned that right today. We got a Cryptid Master here, we got a Von Ham Master. We have a SCP Master, which is Darth. I'm not seeing Darth here yet. And you are the Monster Hunter one. You always bring up Monster Hunter ones, I believe.
What's a hamster? What does an hamster do?
What, Donna?
What does a hamster do?
A hamster?
What does he do, Arthur?
I don't know. What does it do? It runs on the exercise wheel. Well, what's the answer, Jono? Don't leave us hanging.
I don't know. You told me.
My goodness, why do I give you all the attention here? Okay, because I give everybody attention. Take advantage of it. Well, anyway, cool creature. I'm not seeing any eyes, which would make sense. That's why I want another view of it. But very cool. I love the texturing of it. That is very sand-like, rocky. Cool. Let's see. I'm gonna say this one would beat Jono's. So as far as power and size, this one's winning on that behalf. What do you guys think? No thoughts?
What Arthur?
Yeah.
Looks cool.
Very cool design, very adapted, and that's what I'm seeing with a lot of Monster Hunter stuff. I'm getting more and more interested in it. What do you think, Jono? I asked about this monster that Gogmazio shared. Short but kind of long one.
Looks like a formidable monster with the horns.
It does. I wonder how the horns work with the borrowing. Obviously, since they're pointing forward, that's what it uses to help it borrow. And it has wings, and like you said, it usually borrows rather than flies. So, interesting adaptation. I've seen some like that. But overall, again, I just like the adaptation. It's very specifically suited, and that's cool to see. Because it's still cool. You can make a monster that's specific to do one thing, but it can be very boring, or you can balance it out, make it realistic, and that's what happened here. Here is the Black Diablos and Bloodbath. Okay, let's look at the female. Cool, so they got a big thing on the end of their tail to smack you with. Nice. Loving the female. Black, so they would have to live deep. They can't really lay on top of the sands and try to hide or covered under a little layer of them. I wonder if they're bigger. I'm assuming the females are bigger too, especially since childbirth. Juvenile birth. And this one, again, very hard to see what's going on here. Yeah, and I'm not sure if there's an eye or not. It looks like there's no eyes. I like the coloring on this one. So this is the Bloodbath one. And what is the Bloodbath one again? How is that different? Because we got the male and the female, and why is this just a different like variation, subspecies kind of deal? Bluish because of dry blood of creatures he killed. Okay, so there's a little bit of blue because of the dry blood. All right, well we'll get an answer on that maybe. Thank you, Gogmazio. If anybody has any more comments about that, go ahead and say it or forever hold your pieces. We'll take Gog off of the Gog. Gog.
I wonder what it tastes like.
True. Indeed. It looks like it would taste all right, actually. You know, kind of that barbecued flavoring with it. All right, or bacon. Like, not bacon, but what do you call those dried meat strips? Away from me. Those. Anybody? Dande, how do you call those dried meat strips? Goodness. Not bacon, but like you buy in a baggie. They're just really dried out and smoked. It just blanked my mind. And with that, I'll spin the wheel. Let me see. Nobody's got my back.
You're back, Arthur? You're
Liam,
back?
what's the topic today?
At the
I
top,
said video game monster.
desert video game monsters.
Of the
Just
desert.
video game.
Or change to
Just
something.
like Mike
Okay.
of the desert.
Case of Bloodbath. His horn got cut off when he was younger, so he is angry. So deviants are changed when something happened in their life, so they become more monstrous like that. That's cool. I like that concept. All right, let's spin that wheel. Dog is now off, or should be off. It is Louis. Louis, it's your turn, so let me grab your write-up. You said I can have someone else share it. Let me see. Open my Facebook here. Louis is a special case.
So can I
Special in
write
a good way.
on Facebook to you too?
I believe I forgot that word. Okay, yes, it's all those. Yeah. That's a lot, Louis. Like you said. He's outdone himself again. Okay, where's that part where I stop copying it? Last known. Okay, where it says not for the monster. Damn, and Facebook makes it hard to copy it because after you highlight it all, it takes the highlight off. Really annoying. Very sorry.
You're swearing on my Christian server. You violated the law. Hand me your soul.
I don't have a soul.
Nice.
Hand me your testicle.
I don't have those.
Huh?
At least I copied the write-up. You guys can follow along. Let me grab the images real quick. Book. Here. All right, there's one. So the images will go with the paragraphs. Okay. So first paragraph with first image, so on and so forth. I should just start streaming my Facebook here. Yeah, why not? Come on. If anybody wants to start reading that while I grab the rest. Or
All right, let's have a look. For the Monstercast, I bring in my favorite video game desert monster, the Radscorpions from Fallout game series. They were regular scorpions that were mutated by the nuclear fallout and grew to the size of a large dog. There are 4 known types of Radscorpion. The basic Radscorpions and still carry deadly toxic venoms. Note, I forgot to mention all the Radscorpions can become as big as a horse. Oh, that sounds delicious.
nice.
Is the glowing Radscorpion. Are there supposed to be images upon this? Because I don't think that.
Yes, that's what I'm grabbing now.
High radiation, and its glows comes from prolonged exposure to high radiation areas. Prolonged fighting with it can cause radiation sickness. Upon dying, it releases a cloud of radioactive smoke. That's not how radioactive activity works, but okay.
Okay, I gotta go. I'll see you later.
Have a good
Jonathan.
time.
Thanks for sharing.
Bye bye.
This is the venom shooter Radscorpion, and it's capable of shooting its victims from distance. Oh, great nightmares. Its venom is not as toxic, but it can inflict enough damage to render its victims to a weak state, which easily can overpower them and feed. The last known Radscorpion is a large, giant Radscorpion. As you imagine, it's heavily armored. It acts like a monarch and command all Radscorpions, creating a hive mind. Well, that is just a big no on my case. It is heavily defended, and takes on one is no easy task. Taking on one is no easy task. There we go. It is big as a tractor trailer. That's not as big as a truck, but that's still decent sized and can do as much damage as a tank combined with a bulldozer. Sometimes there are two, so yeah, it's mission where you have to exterminate these deadly creatures. But taking one down will render all Radscorpions feral, and that will be that way for a while. For one mutant grows and becomes the next giant Radscorpion. No shit. You're telling me there are multiple of these things, and not just that there are a lot of them. And they have a hive mind too.
They are weak.
Oh, Fallout has truly the greatest wildlife for which to explore and not eat. I'm not quite that immune to radiation, I will admit.
Very insanely special. Louis.
Well, I'm gonna get
worries,
my
man.
rataways and
Oh.
runaways.
Thank
I'm gonna run
you,
away.
C, for reading that and the enthusiasm that went with it. How do you feel about these, C, since you're, you have the other phobia?
Well, I don't like spiders, but scorpions for some reason passes in between that.
I see.
And go somewhere in the direction of, oh, it has a stinger. I know what to look for and not the entire thing running
Right.
towards me, because most times when I see a scorpion, I don't see it running away or running towards me. I see it as posing up with the tail and the claw, and you know where it is if you see it.
Mm-hmm.
And don't step on it.
So you're saying that you kind of, what you see is what you get with it.
Yes, also, I will kill that. I cannot kill that one. Where is my mod privileges? Exterminate! No, okay, let's scroll now.
All right, well, no, I got you. It's not going to quickly creep up the wall and chase you. Although they do creep up the wall and fall on Procrastinatron, but
Well, the thing
there's
is that
something about him.
spiders are a different kind of a monster to me. Scorpions are interesting creatures. They are adaptable. They are smart. They are, what's it called? Better than spiders, if I can say that much, because they look better. They don't invoke death and terror in me every time I think of them.
Gotcha.
Because spiders lives incredibly closer to me than any scorpion does.
Sure. That's the thing too. You don't have to live with
spider in
scorpions.
my house right now that I do not know of. Actually, multiple that I don't want to know of. Actually, I don't even want to think about how many spiders that are in my vicinity right now. It's just terrifying.
And yes, Louis, I'll give him a watermelon. Well, see, have you seen a scorpion's mouth close up?
Well, yes,
Or mouth
it's
parts.
just the same as the spider, but it has ginormous claws, you know, how to keep away from, and not, spidery things, because spiders need to become pests.
Well, at its mouth, it's different actually because it has pincers at its mouth parts. Not like a spider, so it's a little different. It's uglier looking, but it does look, I would say, less threatening than two big pokey things that spiders have to inject you with venom.
I mean, the scorpion only has one thing to sting you with venom, and they are,
Yeah, and they can be a little clumsy with it, to be honest. To be stung by a scorpion is a rare ordeal, even if you're gonna mess with it.
I remember a fun story, if I may interject, about scorpions. One of my friend's wife, I know, a bit far out, but it's fun, because she used to collect scorpions. She had one of those grill things where, you have this, what's it called? It has like a clapping together two parts to churn out the meat.
Oh, okay, gotcha. A little device where you squeeze it to squeeze out
Yes.
meat into. Like...
Not squeezing out the meat. It is literally just it's a tool that can grab things on a grill. Not a
Okay,
grill.
gotcha. Okay.
And she used
Tongs?
that by taking probably that,
Songs, yeah.
and took the scorpions by the tail and just put them into the freezer, when they died in the freezer. Cruel, I know. They kept their pose as striking because, they were frozen to death and not squashed to death, which is, I don't think it's more humane, but I just think it's... And the fun part is that one day she was cleaning out the freezer and she had taken out all of her scorpion, collection, and someone that didn't know this walks in and sees this entire board that is in the entrance just filled with scorpions, posed in lifelike poses, just looking at him, and
Nice.
I think...
Well, that's interesting. I'm wondering what she would do next with it, because when I was younger, I used to... It's a little bit... Well, it is torturous, but I used to dry out different insects to classify them, where you dry them out and then you put a pin through them and you write what species it is and the Latin name. So I'm wondering if this is why she did them. Because, yeah, like you said, if she did it just dry or dead, then they kind of, from experience, a scorpion would just die with its tail straight back, not in a cool fighting pose.
Yeah,
so what would she do with them after she froze them and got that position out of them?
Well, I think she just had them for decorative purposes, I think.
Well, yeah, but after they were frozen in that position, when they would thaw out, wouldn't they spread back out? Or would she just dry them out in that position?
I think they just dried out in that position, and due to the fact that the cold killed them, quite literally, they didn't reanimate and just suddenly appeared to life.
Right.
Thank the shot for that. Thank the maker.
Well, it is a little cruel, but that is actually cool to learn that you get that position when you freeze them. That's interesting.
Yeah. It is probably because that the sudden change in temperature doesn't actually make the scorpion aware that, it's
right.
freezing cold.
Yeah.
And it's still under attack despite it being dark and it doesn't know where it is.
Kind of that boiling frog syndrome.
Speaking of video games and video game monsters, I think it'd be fun to watch Z live stream kill it with fire.
All I will do is scream, and I think Markiplier already has a patent on doing that.
And crying.
Alrighty. I could give it a shot, but hey.
Well, we got our thoughts from C. Thanks again for reading that, C. I have owned a giant emperor, an emperor scorpion, the big black ones. There's 2 big black types that usually are sold in the market. And then a giant desert hairy scorpion is the one I believe I found in the US. So I did own those at the same time. I had a little divider, which is cool because one's big and black, the other one's kind of small and yellow, so you have that variation. One's more venomous, the other one's less. Or poisonous in this case. No, venomous. It would be still venomous, right? With stinger. Rather than poisonous. Poison would be released by the skin. Like in frogs. Anyway, if anybody has anything else to share about these scorpions, remember, these scorpions are pretty much humanoid size, and then the bigger one is tractor size. It's, let's say, like 4 humans about. They're big boys. Big scorpions. That'd be a scary battle to handle, and yeah, just dealing with a scorpion like that. Doesn't seem like it would be too quick of a death. Okay. I just imagine it would be treacherous to be stung, to be sloppily stung by something and die slowly, rather than be quickly stung, be over and done with it. And then it all depends what kind of venom it is. Poison, how it paralyzes you, how long, etc. Spinning that wheel, we got the Ogarg Rain JMPF. It is your turn, my friend. Tell us what you got for today. Let me know if anybody else. I'll probably notice. The room. Bharath is in the background. He's next favorite game. Thank you guys for putting with my crab. Given watermelon tastes like lobster, yummy. I think they would taste good. I mean, people eat a lot of scorpions in Asia, parts of Asia. Once a scorpion stung me several times in my chest. Are you serious, Raincrawler? Raincrawler just said a scorpion stung them several times in the chest.
Could have been a non-poisonous. Oh, well, not non-poisonous, just mild poison.
Right,
I don't know.
It would have to be since he's still here.
I thought that he's a living corpse. I mean, we have weirder things on this. I'm fucking Necron.
But I didn't even think that scorpions live much where Rain lives. Unless I'm mistaking where he lives. Yeah, that's a little bit of a shock. You gotta tell us details, Raincrawler. You can't just tease us like that. Alright, back to JM here.
Tell us more about your desert one.
Cuny. It's called Cuny. Is the very first monster Ko acquires in both versions of Azer Dreams. That's a game, I believe, Azer Dreams. And for all intents and purposes, a one-of-a-kind monster. Cuny joins Ko's cause as his familiar when he arrives at the entrance to the monster tower for the first time. It is thought it is used to serve Guy before his disappearance. Okay, so this is kind of a familiar, huh? Kind of a pet friend, assistant, shall we say. Cool. He looks like I'd like an assistant like that. He looks quick. He doesn't look like Igor, where he's like hunched back and does things slowly and bumps into things.
I don't want to interrupt you. I'm saying I'm sorry. I have to because I have to do some stuff, and I'm.
No worries.
We'll see.
All right, Gargamel. So you're leaving? Well, take care. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, I'd like this as an assistant. He looks like he's quick to get things done. Like that. Let's see. I wonder why he's a desert dweller. But here's another one I think Jam shared. During the period of the Wild West, a catastrophic thing happened. Terrible sandbox monsters began to attack the villages and destroy everything that they encountered in their way. People, animals, rumor has it that they were released during excavations at the mines. None of the workers survived at that moment. I love that storyline. Excavation at the mines releases some crazy creature. That's what you get for going crazy about that gold, you know?
That's funny because, yeah, that my monster has something along those lines.
Sweet.
Too.
Nice. They should make a good movie, and I mean good movie about, like, cave miners, and it's a little horror flick, but, you know, with a good storyline acting, be fun.
I mean, there's a reason why cliches exist, because they are compelling stories. I mean, not necessarily, it doesn't take much to make a cliche, but it takes a lot to make a good movie with a cliche. I mean, not necessarily a good movie with a cliche, it's more akin to the fact that sometimes you have to do.
I wonder who's going to mention, or if the worms are going to be mentioned. I won't spoil it anymore. I did read that he said sandbox monsters. I was wondering why he said sandbox, like as a reference to the game style, because they don't look very sandboxy. It looks more like a, well, it looks kind of Tyranidish. It looks like the, what is it called? Oh, who's bumping? I think JM wants to say something. Go ahead, JM, if you want to say something. The Reaper? Or something like that? A Tyrannid monster? It looks similar to that. Oh, JM, yeah, it's your share. What were you going to say about the box or something?
It refers to sand.
Okay.
It
Next.
burrows under sand.
Can anybody clarify that? No.
No, I have no idea what that
Not sure what he said. It was quick. Say that again, JM, but slower. If you can. I know maybe it's hard in your situation right now. Well, let me...
I say it goes under the sun.
It grows under the sun. Okay. Sweet.
Sand.
Sand. Okay. It grows under the sand. Okay. Gotcha. Huh. Okay. Continuing. It came from the desert. It came from the desert movie, I believe. Dr. Greg, or game. No, it's a game. Dr. Greg Bradley comes to remote Lizard Breath, California. It's a city. On June 1951, as a geologist, he wants to study a recent site of a meteor crash somewhere in the desert southwest of the small town. Early in the game, he learns that the radiation of the meteor has enlarged a local ant population to an enormous size. Yes. Oh, that's the giant ant movie, right? The old one. So this is the game based off of that, I think. I don't remember if that's the title of the movie. Looks like it.
There was a lot of monster movies, just like this is in Mexico desert where nobody knows what's going on.
What were you gonna say, OCD?
Isn't it based off the movie Them? The giant ants.
Is that what it's called? It's Them. Okay. So it's not called.
I think that's what it's called.
I think so too. Something like that.
I remember. I don't know.
The enlarged local population. Okay, so however few take his observations seriously. Worried that the ants will soon mate and spread, he must work against ticking clock and devise a plan to stop the ants from terrorizing the world. That's such a cool idea. I need to watch that movie too. Because, yes, ants populate, well, it's already bred, reproduce in large numbers. And if you saw dog-sized ants or bigger, and then people don't believe you, that's a real threat. I mean, if that sits around for a couple weeks, have people ignore that, we could have quite a number. Fun. All right.
It's breeding season.
Next one is sandworms, our enemies. So you got quite a few for us, JMPF. Huzzah. Let's give you a watermelon here. Yeah. Sandworms are enemies in The Legend of Zelda, Phantom Hourglass. They are giant worm-like guardians of the Isle of Gust. Their apparent purpose to guard the sacred windmills. However, they also inhabit the Temple of the Wind. Sandworms normally hide under desert sands because, before approaching, the only warning of their approach is the distinctive sound and a moving mound of dirt. Since sandworms cannot see while underground, they apparently rely on sound to find meals. If Link treads quietly while on the grounds, these monsters will not be aware of his presence. Cool. Made me think of the scorpions again, how they depend on the vibration of the sound as ground as well. Since last week I was the one with the less time spent on, I thought maybe bringing a lot of monsters was a good way of adding some time to my clock. Nice, Jam. You're earning that time. Don't worry, Jam. I'll give you that time. You bring up good things. Hey, you bring a lot of Lovecraft stuff. We spend a lot of time on those. JMPF, do you play video games often? Do you have a chance to play much video games?
Mainly hide and seek.
There's a lot of noise coming in that microphone. So, guys, let me ask you.
Oh God!
JMPF, there's a lot of scratching noises from your microphone when you turn that on. Let me see. Painful as hell. We was camping. Where were you camping, Raincrawler? Tell me more. Where did you get stung in the chest? And how did you even get stung in the chest? I mean, you must have been laying down because it wouldn't sting you downward. It would sting upward. You must have been laying on it.
I thought it was a very big scorpion.
That's pretty crazy. You have to tell us more, Rain. You have to tell us everything. Like a movie. JMPF's answering.
Maybe.
Yeah, type it out, JM. I was just wondering, JM. Because you have a lot of... You're great at research, but you don't seem like you would have time to play a lot of games. That's why I asked that. I was just wondering. What were you saying, OCD?
So we should make the JMPF biography.
Well, that was the Raincrawler one. The Raincrawler stung by a scorpion biography. And then JMPF earning his time on the Monstercast biography, too. So I gotta go for a second. Okay, GOG will hopefully be back. So JM shared 4 monsters here. I want to ask you guys, which one do you like the most out of these 4? Do I have to call somebody out? Or anybody want to say? Or we move along? Okay, maybe we move along then. Donde? Oh, okay. I think my favorite one is that that worm. I like all of them, but I think I'll give it to that tyrannid looking one with the bladed arms. I forgot what it looks like. I have the miniature of that tyrannid. It's an older one. So I do like that one, and of course I love ants. Ants rock. There's an amazing YouTube channel with a guy that does, in Philippines, what I would love to do, especially when I was younger. Where he... Is it Ants Man or Ant... No, it's like Canada.
Ants Canada.
Yeah, Ants Canada. Cool, you know of it.
Yeah, good show.
It's just awesome what he does. That's absolutely what I'd be into, is all these aquariums filled with different colonies of ants and just watching how they survive and go through different turbulences. I love it. Spent a lot of time with ants when I was younger. All right. JMPF is on a Candy Rush binge. You can say, okay, so JMPF said, I mainly play Hidden City and sometimes that Zelda one. Also the 2 Candy Crush ones. Sometimes SCP Containment Breach. Gotcha, JMP. Thank you. All right, let's move along, everybody. What kind of scorpion was it? An Emperor Brown or Alacran? Ooh, Louis getting specific. I like it. Let's get it out of Rain. Rain's getting quiet. He says something cool and then he gets quiet. We can't have that here. We have to poke and prod at him now. And spin that wheel as we do that. Here we go. Who's next? Donde OCDC. Dio. Is Dio still here? Let's see. Dio is still here. Dio, if you want to share your desert monster, hopefully it's going to be anime based since you're an anime master. Let's see what you got for us. Let's see. Update that wheel. Update that wheel. Okay, waiting for details from Rain. Rain's being mysterious. He knows how to play us. He knows how to play us to keep our attention on the chat. Totally love the ants. I'm gonna be looking into them. Right on, Louis. Wait, that ant looks huge, Louis. Did you see the size of that? I thought they were like the size of cars or people. But actually that ant is at a distance and walking through the grasses. I thought it was like floating or something. So, well, that's a huge ant. That is a truck-size ant. How do you feel about that, C?
You know, ants are pretty nice, yes?
I don't know about that. Not if you're the prey.
I mean, that truly depends, because I'm going to shoot it. It doesn't matter how big an ant is. I can still squash it with something.
True.
Except it's a planet. I mean, a planet-sized ant, then I might get a problem. I'll just have to throw it into a star.
Now,
You'll
I'm going
figure
to
it
say
out.
that sometimes when a creature is too big, it's not as scary to me. I mean, it's scary in a different way. For example, if I was dealing with an ant that's 8 feet long, or human size, 6, 7 feet long, that maybe would be creepier, scarier, because those pincers, those mouth parts, I could see more just torturing me and ripping me apart. An ant this size, where it's like taller than a truck, those mouth parts, I don't know, it looks like they would grab me rather than slice me, if you know what I mean, just because it's so big, or chop my head off. So it's a different kind of fear. It's more of the fear of, wow, that thing's huge. It all depends, I guess, how it would look in real life, how sized those mouth parts would be. Maybe there's an addition, a smaller mouth. I don't know. But I'm just saying.
That the logic about us and ants applies both ways. With an enormous ant, it will treat us as ants and not notice us. One can hope.
Well, you do realize that ants are omnivorous, you know.
Yes,
So,
but that doesn't mean. I mean, there are probably larger creatures all around than us to capture.
I guess to better explain what I was kind of thinking, guys, is if you have a spider that's a 5-foot spider, you can imagine those fangs stabbing you like daggers. But if you got a spider that's 100 feet long, that fang will probably miss you and you probably won't be its main target. So that's what I'm saying, is it's a different kind of fear because of that size. Sheer size difference. Okay, let me move on to Dio. Louis said maybe when they are too big, they are easier to spot and would alert the military more quickly. That too, yeah. That's right, Louis. If it was a dog-sized ant, I mean, or spider, that's a scary idea for me. Because of that too, it can easily hide, but it's also not going to crush you. It's also going to slowly kill you. All right,
Yes.
Dio.
Thinking about all the beautiful ways monsters can kill us. I love this podcast.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, we should do a whole monster cast like that. Ooh,
The worst ways monsters can kill you. Oh, that's a
great
good topic.
suggestion.
Yeah.
See, remind me, guys, at the end of this monster cast. That's my suggestion.
It's my suggestion too.
Sweet. I think Dio just mentioned maybe my favorite one so far, just for sheer appearance. I'm loving the way this one looks. It looks like another thing from Monster Hunter. Oh, it is. Okay, let's see. I'm going to talk about Bharath from Monster Hunter World. He is a big dinosaur-like creature with a giant rock on his head. Also covering most of his face. Yeah, looks like there's no eyes again. Using it to charge at their enemy. You can find them on Wildspire Waste, which is a desert-like area with some big rocks laying around. Probably one of my favorite monsters, just because it looks like a dinosaur. Exactly. It looks like something from D&D. It looks like something from Monster Hunter, because in Monster Hunter you have all these kind of rooted in actual biology here monsters, so they're more dinosaurish. Like that artist I mentioned last week when we mentioned all these great monster creators. Great episode. If anybody hasn't watched that one, check the last episode out. One of my favorite episodes of the year for sure. So yeah, take a look at this one, guys. It looks. I wonder if it borrows too. Well, he said it uses that to hit. Oh, I love it. What's that dinosaur that has the bald head?
Saccharomyces? Oh wait, that's the Pachy. That's the
Pachycephalosaurus.
Packy?
It has a long name. I don't. can't remember.
Pachycephalosaurus.
Thank you.
Pachycephalosaurus.
Yay.
Right on. Thank you, OCD. So it's the same kind of thing here. This one's also more dependent on the 2 legs. It's certainly more armored. It's a lot bigger than that one. And it has a more extreme just version of that head just for battling other males, probably for a female kind of thing. And then, of course, opponents. I wonder if there's a sexual dimorphism, if the female looks different than the male. I wonder if Monster Hunter goes into that detail. I doubt they would, because that would be a whole nother model. I'm sure they do with a few creatures, but certainly not all of them. I was thinking about doing a video about all the monsters of Monster Hunter. Let me know what you guys would think. It would be another listing video, another one of our famous listings. But I think there's already a video like that out there, I'm assuming, because there are a lot of cool monsters in it. I will say, there is a wonderful video I just watched, I think after last Monstercast, with the monsters of Monster Hunter compared by size. And it's an awesome
that's a
video.
Beautiful video.
It is, because it looks like it was done by the studio. It doesn't look like somebody like me, just took clips or cut them out. It looks like somebody had all the models and put it in. I believe it was done by the studio or something. Because every monster is perfectly cut out and shown in animation. And I gotta say it's an awesome video. So very cool. I like it. I like that other one that Gogmazio
I
shared
think the
too.
one I found, at least.
I wonder who would win in
I
a
think
fight.
there are multiple versions of it. Yes, here we go. That's the one I found.
Hold on. So I'm wondering who would win in a fight. Let me copy and paste this one real quick. Let me get your guys' opinion. So, oh, we don't have an idea of how long or how big this one is. Hold on, see? Why are you just taking turns suddenly, see? You gotta wait for your turn on that wheel. So see that one I posted from Gogmazio, right? That desert dweller with the horns. They both have something on their head. It's very kaiju reminiscent too of like Pacific Rim, both of them.
Well, the thing is that Pacific Rim, what's it called? I mean, I think that it's what I would attribute to Eastern design, because a lot of it is abstract from what we have in the West, so to speak. I will dare say that the West has different design, what's it called, considerations than we do.
True, but if you're talking about Pacific Rim ones, I don't know if I'd agree with that there, but
It's made in the West.
if I'm talking about this, oh, you posted the size comparison video. Cool, thanks. C, that's what you posted.
For everyone's viewing pleasure.
Yeah, and I was coming down on you. You deserve a big watermelon, and I'll give you another one later. Yeah, look at that, guys. Just a quick glimpse of that video. See what I'm talking about? That's not just a video made by some YouTuber. That's quality stuff there. You got that little guy running along. That's an awesome video. So that beats me out, you know. But I might cover more Monster than this video because that's what my forte is. So, guys, the question for you quick is, that last monster I posted, which was from GOG, who do you think would win in Monster Hunter as a monster battle? This guy or this guy? C, what do you think?
Well,
I like that last one.
If we're talking a fair fight, I'm fairly certain that the guys with the horns would probably. I mean, there's a thing about horns in not most animals, but some animals exchange them as they break, meaning that I have a belief that the horns are more fragile than the one that has a rock for a head. On the other hand, this one can dig, and the other one, I don't know. I don't know if it can just dig under it and impale it upon its horns. That would be an interesting
good point.
take.
What do you think, OCD?
That is not necessarily a winning trait. It's more akin to the fact that they could, but that doesn't mean they necessarily
that they would.
work.
Yeah. No, good point. OCD, what do you think? Who would win?
Me.
You don't have to even have an explanation.
So which one would win? Do you
the last one, which was from Gogmazio earlier, and then the ones that Dio posted with the big thing on its head.
I'm not learned in Monster
So the last
Hunter.
two images, pretty much.
I think. I think the top one, the one above it, would win. It's got a big, strong head thing. And it's like beat shit out
very
people.
strong head.
Because if it's like a flying creature, its bones are probably going to be like lighter and thinner, so it's probably more likely to get smashed. If it's
Yep, good point again.
impacted.
Donde, your thoughts?
I'm not really sure, but the rock-headed one looks like it has a sturdier ramming than the horned one.
Yeah.
Because I think the other one has like armor on the back. So wouldn't it beat flying from above or something like that?
It could, right? That as well.
And the other one doesn't really have much in scales or armor-looking things other than the wings. If the wings get damaged, wouldn't that injure it and prevent it from moving quick as it would?
Indeed. Certainly doesn't look as physically bulkier, tough. I would have to say, guys, I was thinking the what is it called? The Bharath, the one with the big thing on its head. And what do you think, Dio? Since you posted
there
these,
that sees this and things we are wrong, feel free to comment in the description.
Dio, what did you post there?
Comment.
What's that white one? Is that just a different version? And also, Dio, which one do you think would win since you posted the second one? Personally, I think you all make good points that I didn't initially, didn't grab me at first sight. If, first of all, they were of same size or similar size, I would have to give it to that top one, the Bharath. Because I'd imagine if they were in ground-to-ground battle, it would just ram itself into those horns and break those horns. I imagine it would just break those horns. But as Z said, the other one can burrow and attack from underground or from the air, as Donde mentioned. So if the winged one is a smarter or more intelligent creature, it would have the upper hand, in my opinion.
I mean, there is a golden rule about predator and prey. The predator has to be smarter than the prey, in all the honesty.
True.
So, yeah.
Now, I also like
the predator also determines what it can do. So, more weapons, more possibility.
I also like the very predacious mouth of the Bharath, the top one. A lot of teeth, big, powerful jaws. It looks like that one actually might have eyes at the side of its head. Let me take a look. Yeah, looks like that's an eye there. This one has a mouth too. It has those weird tusks going forward. Yeah, I kind of want to give it to the Bharath. Although I'd say again, if the second one was intelligent or actually more intelligent with what it has, then I'd give it to this guy. Or it'd be just a fair fight. That's why it's a good question. Raincrawler said, we're back to Raincrawler's story about the scorpions. That's the theme of our Monstercast today. Every Monstercast has a theme with our voices of the monsterhood. He says it was an African Alacran. Oh, an Alacran Scorpion. Let me search that real quick. Alacran. Ooh, Alacran. Let's take a look at that. Yes, smaller pincers, good sized tail. There's a few types. Alacran's not very specific. And I don't... Well, that's the ones Louis mentioned, but I don't think Louis knew where he lives, and there's a lot more species of scorpion than that, so I don't know if that's... But let's see. We know that it was probably a yellowish. I was sleeping... He felt my heartbeats, maybe thought it was a small prey under the sheet. Okay. Wow, man, those are really poisonous. You got lucky. Yeah, that's the thing, Louis. I don't know. We'd have to ask the Raincrawler if he's really sure of what species it is, because you just named 3 for him and he chose 1. That doesn't seem like too accurate for me. But nonetheless, something that's stinging you in the chest, being so close to your neck and brain and heart. That's
it could
scary.
Just hit the rib, which is likely. The ribs are supposed to,
yeah. Well, that small stinger wouldn't even make it to the rib. It would get caught within the layers of skin and fat, so it wouldn't even get, deep enough to a bone. But the point is, still it's entering the bloodstream that's so close to your heart and everything. So that's scary.
As long as it doesn't hit a major vessel, you should be fine. I say that. I don't know anything about scorpions. I just know the blood goes around the body, and if it is not spread wide enough, you should...
Yeah, you're right, Louis.
Shut up before someone goes and sting me.
Here we call them Alacran. Damn. So Raincrawler was lucky. What happened after that, Raincrawler? We need more details, even more. Did you go to the hospital? Were you able to deal with it? Was your family able to deal with it privately? Or did you have to go to a hospital? How bad was the pain? How long did you have to deal with the sting? Did it take days? Did it take hours? Did it take weeks? Did you lose half of your body?
Yes, he lost his chest cavity. All things inside could not be salvaged. / shark cat.
It was scorpion AIDS.
Just so I can talk about it at the end. Okay, Gogmazio wants to shout out another monster later. Alright, back to the topic at hand. Dio said when he is allowed to fly and stuff, then I'd say Diablos. But when we say ground battle with just pure strength itself, I'd say Bharath. Because I could imagine it could ram itself into Bharath. Yeah, from the side. It could reach him from the side with those horns and push him over and go under the sand and get him from the bottom if it's that fast. Yeah, I agree with you, Dio. BMPF said, is my volume too up? Because I listen to me when I turn the mic on or off. Turn your mic on, JMPF, and say, hi, this is JMPF. Let me hear your audio. Say
Hi,
something.
No, that's fine. That's perfect.
It sounds good. It's just hard. You can turn it up a little bit. JMPF, you can turn it up a little. And also,
My voice?
yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot better. And what I recommend too, because I have troubles hearing sometimes OCD and Jono and JMPF. When you talk to your microphone, try to make it slow. Maybe it's me, maybe it's my ear, maybe because I'm listening to speakers rather than headphones. I think a lot of you guys wear headphones, which is smart. A lot of it sounds to me like mumbling. Sometimes Super OCD says something quick and I don't catch it. JMPF too and even John. What's that?
My mum gets annoyed at me all the time for that, speaking too fast.
Yeah, believe it or not, I had that issue a lot in my life too. People would say I mumble.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, guys, if you talk to the microphone, try to talk slower and just really clearly, because I do want to hear you. I don't like to act like I hear you and move on. I'm not that type of person here, so yeah. Moving along. Diablos defeat Bharath in game, plus Diablos is bigger than... Okay, so Gogmazio made it official, our Monster Hunter Master. Diablos defeated Bharath in the game. So he said the flying one defeated the ground one, and the flying one is bigger, in fact. Okay, beautiful. Thanks for clarifying that.
Was correct. Haha, Necrons.
We have an official answer. Okay, let's spin that wheel. Thank you all for taking your clothes off before getting on the wheel. It makes it easier to fly it. Sorry for saying weird things. Gotta clear it out. Okay, OCD. Hold on. Raincrawler's story. Raincrawler's got the spotlight today, apparently. It was just painful.
Stuck by desert monsters, kind of stealing the show.
Right? He was painful. It was just painful, he says, about the sting. But the next day, I feel my left hand sleepy, nothing else. That seems like a very, very soft sting. That sounds like a sting from an Emperor Scorpion. Emperor Scorpion stings are about as strong as a hornet or a wasp or bee. So, painful, but and they're irritating. I haven't been stung by anything like a bee in years, guys. Have any of you here been stung in the last 5 years?
I was hit by a car in the last 5 years. Does that count?
Been hit by a car. That sucks. But no, it doesn't count. But I'm sorry.
Stung by a car.
Worth a try.
Stung by a car. Did you say OCD?
Abby was killed by a car. That would have been bad.
Would you say JMPF?
Well, that's something to say. I couldn't understand the word.
He's shuffling again.
Indeed.
Type it out, JMPF, if you can write it. But yeah, it seems like, the last thing we remember in our lives is when we're a kid, when you pick up a rock or stick your foot in something. Those
or you started trying to smash wasp at the local trash bin.
Stung by a car. Raincrawler's laughing at stung by a car.
Yes.
It came by so quick. So
I was running for the train, and then the car just came by.
It's just one of those pains. Yeah, it's just one of those pains. I'm like,
being hit by the car.
I'm curious about. It's not like I want to get stung, but I kind of want to get stung to remember what stinging feels like. Because
wasn't there a series that I think was Discovery Channel that was like Sting Me? Or was that Animal Planet? I don't remember.
That's probably what's his name over on YouTube?
YouTuber.
Yeah, there's that YouTuber. Yeah, a coyote. He got bitten by a giant centipede, which is frightening. Yeah, that's his big viewer catching right there, is getting stung by stuff. I always, of course, as many people do, I'm a little skeptical. Not that skeptical, but I always wonder if that could at all be, faked somehow. You never know. But
maybe it's just
yeah. But yeah, I just wonder what that feels like, because I haven't been stung in over 20 years.
I think that's a good thing in all
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So anyway, interesting pain. It is a good pain.
Speaking of stung, eaten, I feel like this is cathartic to watch, behold, if not a little bit of sadistic.
Dio, why aren't we putting stuff on thumbnails? I said that before because it just takes me a little longer than I want. I love having those thumbnails, but that's like another 30, 40 minutes for me, sometimes even an hour. If you want, Dio, I'd love it if you would make the thumbnails. That would be great. I'd give you probably mechanical or something like that, the rank here. But yeah, if you'd like to, I can't really ask you to do that. But if anybody wouldn't want to make thumbnails like we used to, I can give you the lettering and the layers in Photoshop. But yeah, I just don't put the time into it anymore. So sorry, Dio. I was stung by a bee like 2 years ago, says JMPF. Okay, so that's pretty recent. I was stung by a hornet 2 weeks ago. Damn, Cogmazio. All right. I'm assuming it was
that pufferfish is savage. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was watching a video.
Yep. I'm assuming it was a yellow jacket, Gogmazio. JMPF said, and I was attacked by a whole colony of killer bees once. Everything fine. I was just feeling like a porcupine. Oh, you were the one feeling like a porcupine. Interesting perspective. You're being attacked by creatures with stingers, but you end up feeling like a porcupine. I love it. It's so mind-bendy. It's so LSD-like. C. You posted that video. Yeah, I remember seeing this video with the pufferfish. Pufferfishes have kind of beaks. Some have like clear beak mouths, some species. And look at it just tearing that centipede apart. That's the power of water animals, guys.
What is the venom?
If it would have affected you. Oh, damn, even a scorpion. I haven't seen that one.
And
yeah,
snake.
that's pretty animal torturous, but
yes,
I'll admit it. I
agree,
used to.
But it is fascinating.
It is. It is. I mean, I used to do stuff like that a little with my animals. Like I had Oscar fish, which are very aggressive. I don't know if you guys know Oscars. They're a cichlid species. You can buy them at any aquarium store. They get pretty big, like a foot. But they're aggressive fish. All cichlids are. And they're beautiful freshwater fish. And I'd drop in a worm. They would eat it. They would just gobble it up. I dropped in a little crayfish, like a crawdad here. Those little freshwater crayfish. To have it live with them. But you know what they did? They gobbled that crayfish up. They were such aggressive fish. And that's the power of them is, like sharks, fish attack very carefully. So anything like that, land creatures have no chance because they're just so fast in their territory, in their biome. Moving on. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, C. I haven't seen the scorpion one. And the scorpion was even battling back, and it was just so fast. Gotta rewatch that part, actually.
Water is the element of the fish, yes?
It sure is.
Yeah.
That's why when you guys ever think of that famous battle between saltwater crocodile and a shark, you gotta give it to shark.
I don't know. The shark is surprisingly self-preservant, if we wish. And let's be honest, let's not poke the shark. Yeah. Poke the shark in the nose.
Again, the shark is like piranhas. You won't see a piranha just go, unless you're watching the horror movie, go with its jaws and just burrow into a creature. What it does is it's going to take a little chunk and immediately move away in case something wants to hit it back. They take no knockbacks. That's what fish do. That's what sharks do. They take a nip and they move away. They take a nip and move away. It's a very intelligent strategy for hunting. I compared it before to...
The truck just rolls around in the water until it tears parts of its prey. Truly, truly a magnificent animal.
I compared it before to if you're into boxing, to the boxer Mayweather. He's kind of a technical boxer. He's very careful to get hit. And that's how water animals like this are, or fish more specifically. So I think it would take jabs at the crocodile, who would be a bit slower in the water. Okay, moving on. This is the stuff I'm supposed to not be doing as much on these Monstercasts to keep them shorter. I want to keep this to an hour, 30 minutes. We're at an hour 15. Okay, moving along. Well, you could give me the background. I could try. I could give you the green and the text, the monster hood text deal, and then you just have to find the image and like change the image to look more green, you know, with the background. I can give it to you. Let me know, Dio, if you're truly interested. I would appreciate it. Moving onward. Zio's second. Damn it, I gotta watch what Zio posted. I just gotta... Oh, yes, it's I think that's a parrotfish. So lovely. And what happens next? Oh, it's just sweet. C wanted to redeem... Oh, no, that was Gogmazio. Never mind. C is just the treacherous one. Gogmazio is a friendly guy posting nice things. JMPF said maybe the problem is my internet. It has been slow since last night. We can check after the stream too, JM. I can help you figure out your mic issues there. Darn, recorded fight between a shark and a crocodile in Mexico. Shark ran away. Yeah, or it would do that. Sharks are smart. And they're fast. So Gogmazio said that there was a video recording of a shark versus crocodile in Mexico. The shark ran away. Okay. Stung by a car. Let's see. The shark would win because the crocodile still has to breathe. Yep, and that too. It's not as elegant. Stealthy in the water. I mean,
I don't think a shark would attack a crocodile. I think, they're too healthy looking when they swim, because it's not really something a shark would actually actively hunt. I don't think a crocodile would go after a shark either.
Right. They're two predators, so honestly, yeah, it wouldn't happen, just as I mentioned in my owlbear versus grizzly bear video. But yeah, in the crazy case or imagination, if they were to fight, what would happen?
Yeah.
OCD, did I call you out already or not?
I don't think so, but I don't really have a creature.
Okay, because I did spin the wheel. Your name is already spun. It says OCD, so I don't know if I ignored it or I shouted you out and I got distracted. I think what happened is
Probably.
I called you out, then I saw the update on the scorpion sting to the chest from Rain. He got the spotlight again, and then we got distracted with videos. And I forgot about you, OCD, so I'm very sorry about that.
It's alright, I forgive you. Bitch.
And now I'm getting... Nice. Now I'm getting distracted with another image by C, which is a crocodile holding a shark out of the water. That's awesome. Now that's a small shark. And that's the crocodile's advantage. They can take him above water. But, damn. Cool. That's a cool image. That almost looks photoshopped.
I think it is, but hey, it looked fun.
Yeah, okay.
It's real to me.
I hate you.
Sometimes sharks do swim in fresh water.
But yeah, it would take it out of the water too, so that's the other thing. Okay. Yes, sharks are smart, but crocodile bite. Shark might not be able to swim ever again. That's the point. If the crocodile would get a bite on the shark, then it's hard to say. It could be the crocodile very well. The point is
if you put a chicken into a blender.
the point is
like
the crocodile actually getting a good
it.
bite at the shark. That's the hard part.
Do you know that exhibition with the fish in blenders?
What is he talking about? Oh, see, no, we don't. That's putting a
It's
chicken in the blender.
I'm just going to talk about that shortly for what I think it would be like if a croc gets hold of a shark.
So, CD, you said you have nothing to share, right?
Nah. Oh, I suppose.
Go ahead.
No, what about those wait, so we're talking about desert monsters, so in video games. What about the I'm trying to remember it. There's that one Colossus that flies around. It was really cool. It's like one that's in the sand. I'm trying to remember the name.
From where?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Colossus. Yeah. Yes, that one. There's that giant one that you have to run around the horse. I've never played this game, I just remembered it. It's really cool.
If anybody can get an image of that real quick. Meanwhile, Louis says the
Second.
shark would win because the crocodile still has to breathe. What video game desert monster OCD has?
Dirge, the sand snake.
Okay, can you can post the name if you want, and I'll search out an image quick.
Here we go.
Shadow of Colossus.
Yes.
Dirge. The
Yes,
Dirge.
with eyes. Dirge.
Dirge.
I used
Shadow
to
of
play this game, but I
Colossus.
don't know if it's before.
Sounds like a cool game title. Ooh, nice graphic game too.
What's
Ooh.
this giant flying sandworm?
That looks
I don't know his
awesome.
name, isn't it?
Certainly looks relevant. That looks awesome, but it looks is it mechanical? Is it meant to be mechanical?
I think it's some kind of living stone. There's a second one in a
The
similar
last of
area.
them
With some
were
flying on.
constructs of sorts.
That's
I
awesome.
don't
Yeah.
remember the law.
Or
Don't know the law.
Looks like a
actually.
living sculpture even.
I think they're guarding like pieces of this demon spirit or something. That's why I have to kill them.
Yeah.
Octopus
Hmm.
shark. Cool. Yeah, no, this one's very cool and it's big. We got a big wormy thing. Nobody mentioned the wormy thing I kind of hinted at earlier yet. But let's take a look at this. It's kind of got a flattened body. Oh, a fish like body. It's got the fins, but it is a sand
Oh,
dweller.
that's the different one. That's the second one.
Oh,
That
that's
one that flies. That's the
okay.
different one. I don't
Never
know
mind
his name.
that. Let
Sorry.
me see. No, thanks for clarifying that. Okay, I see what you mean. I see those images. The sand-dwelling one. They're not the same? No.
No, they're two different ones, but they're both in deserty areas in the game.
Yeah. Okay, so
And you
this
have to kill
is...
them.
Correct me if this is...
I just
not
forgot
the
the name
right
of
one.
the second one.
Is this the right one?
It's a bit of a blurry image.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
It's just kind of... I think it's in a different arena. That's kind of hard to tell. Let's see, I'll get a picture of both of them.
It's a cool creature, though. It's, It certainly has
remember-
memorable facets about it, especially its eyes. It's not, like, too generic. It's simple, but it's not generic.
Yeah.
I like those crazy portal-like eyes. Huh.
Yeah, I've got a better picture of the second one that's loading in right now.
Okay.
Let's see what his name is.
Take a
His
look.
name is Flang. It's got a really
This is a
weird
giant
name.
animal with some stone armor and mechanical attachments. I see. That's the theme of the monsters in the game. Ooh. That's big.
Mechanical stone. Yes.
I like it. Looks like it has very penetrable.
I think it's more stone flesh in the same form.
Yeah. Yeah, Gogmazio said
I
that
don't think
all
it's
the
mechanical.
creatures in the game are giant and have some stone or stone armor and mechanical attachments.
And fur and stuff.
That is cool. I like this. See, that's what I like that I'm seeing with these desert dwellers and sand dwellers is that adaptation look to them. If you look at desert dwellers in real life and things, but even more so with these monsters, you start to see these more simplistic, gritty type skin coverings, yellowish, of course. Just this adaptation. It's just cool to see. That's what I want to see if, like, I look back at our Monstercasts and we talk about a specific creature. Like today we talk about desert monsters. That's what I want to see. I want to see like a bunch of monsters listed that you can just clearly imagine it being adapted to that style of life by looking at its body. And
I mean, the simple
Forget
fact
that
that
there.
living in the desert is alone a very harsh task. It is one of the most hostile livings on the planet Earth as we know it, and it is very easy to imagine that there are other desert-like areas that would most certainly be worthy of consideration for very tough. Is it
Stone
called
cyborg.
lifestyles such as that?
stone orgs.
I should try to think of a good name.
Petroforgs. That's a good one. Let's see.
Cyborg is cyber organism.
Rain says we should make a monster cast of animals, monstrous real animals. We should do that. We used to mention monstrous animals in each Monstercast. We stopped that early on. That's a great suggestion, Louis. Let's, I think we might have, I don't think we have made an official one. So keep that in mind, Rain. Love those monsters. It's the ones I mentioned before on Rock Monstercast. What are you talking about? If you ever have a chance to play Shadow of Colossus, play it, man. Awesome. Kind of like the never-ending story. Ooh. Hey, you know how to trigger me, Louis. I mean, trigger me in a good way. Okay, tortured. I didn't mean that dirty. I didn't. I swear. I meant it as he knows my monstrous tastes. Moving onward.
This child. Mentally.
That was OCD. Thank you for digging out something for us, OCD. Yeah, digging. Desert. Borrowing monsters. Yeah. And it is C. C, it is finally your turn. Thanks for being patient. I know it's late over there. I'd love to hear what you have.
I'm in quarantine. I have lots of time to spend on doing nothing. Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Actually, I am going to choose some of the things that are very close to my heart, as I am a Necron player. And Necrons have friends in the world that was. And they were basically desert-themed monsters, because it used to be a beautiful, beautiful paradise-like land, but then a gash happened. Let's say the motherfucker of all fucking necromancers. Just
Bad
the
language.
guy that just ruined your day and everyone after days after. But what I'm going to talk about is that these creatures are basically living statues of sorts that were raised by the Tomb Kings of Nihakara, or Kemri, if you will.
Look at the size of
were
that.
made to serve and guard the monuments of the slumbering Tomb Kings. Well, they were dead until they weren't anymore. They were supposed to be returned back to life eventually, but, you know, they were in an undead state, which was literally the thing why they are undead now. No, there was let's just say that they didn't intend to become undead. They had bigger plans. Yes, they are clearly inspired by Egyptian. These are essentially things formed from magical stone and inscriptions that are being shaped into skeletal and monstrous forms.
Yes.
Well, the first one here is called the Hero Titan, which is literally the baddest mother, that is around. He is, well, it is said to have the visage of the god of death in the religion of the Tomb Kings, which I will be perfectly honest with you, is probably very awesome. And it has eye lasers, apparently.
So these are from the Tomb Kings, right?
Yeah.
Stupid Warhammer.
Yes.
Remove them.
The next one is, I don't actually remember, Sepulchral Stalkers. It's half snake-like thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which
kind
is
of a
nice.
naga.
Essentially, but it's a construct, so it isn't actually a living guy.
Nice. So both of these are constructs.
Yes. Oh, yeah. This is one of the mages, sarcophagus, being used as a magical construct. Yes, it's a scorpion.
Wow.
It's a giant scorpion.
So the mage is inside, he's the mummy?
Yes, he's the mummy in the back that just lies there, and he's controlling the scorpion.
God damn, these are awesome.
Yes, all of these these are concept art for the game of Total War Warhammer.
But they had some of these in miniature form before when they produced them, didn't they?
These are the Usapi. They are living statue guardians with animal visages and armor and all that nice stuff.
So let me ask you real quick, because I mean, some of them look a little fleshy, especially the snaky one, but you said it's a construct. So what is all the gray matter? Is it like corpse matter? Or is it it's stone.
It is sculpted in the way of flesh, as the Tomb Kings seek to, return to flesh, essentially, which is literally their try to go, I don't like being an undead skeleton, which is not that cool because I can't eat. I can't have diddly dick stuff. I don't know. Drink, eat. What else they do? I mean, I like being a skeleton. Yeah, it's cool. Oh yeah, I found some renders. They are all an art station, by the way. So in case you feel like that visiting, you should take a look. Of course, it's hecking.
Show us some miniatures if you can, if you found any.
I was going to show. You said video games, so I was just going to show the video.
Right. Oh yeah. You're right. I'm trying to.
Oh yeah, and this is another construct, Necrosphinx.
Yep. That one's awesome. This is, guys, why I think one of the dumbest moves, or the moves that angered me the most, other than just killing off Fantasy and changing it to Sigmar just like that, is Warhammer removing the Tomb King's faction. It's still in Total War, so obviously it's awesome, but for some reason they removed it from the tabletop war game. They don't produce the minis anymore. I believe they're going to have a comeback. What do you think, C?
Well, a lot of them, it is going to come back. Exactly,
it is,
because,
for sure.
What's it called? It has a name.
It's some of the coolest models.
There is a name for this. Necrons? No. The thing is that they have announced that they'll be doing like a Horus Heresy version, which is literally
Necrons?
Space.
They're cool. Totally like those.
Yeah, yay, Space Marines, more Space Marines. I'm so.
If they ever come back, I would love to make one. Yeah, no, they have awesome. I didn't know they were stone. A lot of these were stone based, so that's cool to know. I probably just thought it was like old flesh, dead flesh, undead stuff.
I mean, it would not be a wrong assumption to make if for no other reason than the fact that the Tomb Kings are mostly undead. But this is what sets them apart from regular undead, because, I mean, I don't remember if the giant they have with a giant bow was Construct 2 or, an actual giant.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'd assume there would be some undead, type.
Oh, I think it's a Necrolith Colossus. Yes.
Cool.
I think it is.
Let's take a look. Yeah, that clearly looks.
It doesn't look like a titan. What's it called? A normal giant just being resurrected, because those canines are not present on normal.
But even the bones don't look like regular bones. They almost look like stone bones or like fossils.
Yeah, they look like stones, which is why I think it's carved.
That's awesome. What a cool army. Nice. What an epic army.
Indeed. And they were lost.
Futuristic
Sphinx. And I shall hit people that did that with a lot of chariots for the incident.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed that Sphinx one. Look at its body. It's filled with skulls.
Yes.
That's awesome. Pure awesomeness right there. Well done, C. I'm glad you brought these up. As a Necron person, I praise you for bringing these up.
Oh, well done. And I think this was a Forge World model that was never released.
Oh, I see.
Sad, because look at it. Look at this.
I wonder about the whole Forge World thing, because it's not Games Workshop, but they can legally make these things. Like, they have some sort of agreement with Games Workshop.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I am.
Ooh, this one's a globe. Looks like a globe construct.
Yeah, it's a ginormous fucking scarab, which I like. It's very funny. Very funny.
Very funny.
And one more enemy, just because, just knocking it out of the park here, as I do.
Yes.
The Pokies from Paper Mario, or the Mario series in general.
No, that's a good one. That's so nostalgic for me. That's awesome.
It's like a living cactus if the cactus consisted of balls, spherical objects.
I have
that just sat on top of each other that can go down without killing the head. The head is the dangerous part. And since this is a Mario series thing, you need to know that they are spiky and pokey. That you don't jump at them, which is hard, so you have to use items, or in this case, a hammer. Yes, Mario has a hammer in Super Paper Mario. It's a super good game. Go watch a playthrough. Or play it. I don't know.
Totally forgotten about these. It's so nostalgic. How did you even remember to post these?
Well, because when you said desert monsters in video games, the first video game I thought of with a desert monster was actually Paper Mario, and it was like, oh, they have Pokemon.
Nice. Well done. See,
and then I thought of Total War Warhammer and my favorite boys, so, you know.
You've presented us with a wonderful comeback. You've been missing for weeks now, I think, for a few Monstercasts, but you've come back with a vengeance. I appreciate it, see.
Yes.
Well done.
I think they have appeared in a great many versions of Mario in general, because I have a theory that they're just a generic enemy in the desert that you have to jump over. It's more environmental in most games because you cannot actually kill them unless you have some kind of power-up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that doesn't mean they are invulnerable. There are ways to hurt them, like if they suddenly decided to walk down a bottomless pit, as they do eventually.
Nice. And yeah, I agree with you because I don't remember playing this specific Mario, so I think I've seen them in just other Mario games. I miss Mario. I'll play some Mario. Some good old Mario. Such a tough game, too. Back when games didn't hold your hands.
For some reason, I really like the RPGs a lot more because they just invest in the story that, let's be honest, Mario has been literally the most blank slate you have ever had for such a colorful character with such a long history. I mean, there really isn't much to say about Mario in general. I mean, there are some things, but I really wouldn't say it's a rich and detailed, what's it called? Universe that has been colored over the years with deep, complex lore. But then again, I'm a Warhammer fan. I kind of like going overboard with lore. So, you know, I'm not really there to say anything. Just get along.
We did do a Monstercast recently where we chose someone in our group and we were supposed to find a monster we thought that they would most be threatened by. And then something, I don't know if JMPF is talking about that cast, but there were oh yes, Raincrawler's Creation. Yeah, guys, can you find Raincrawler's Creation? It was for Donde's challenge. So, what was it that? It was a Chimera, yes, there it is. So, see, in honor of you and Chris, we had a Monstercast where you had to create a Chimera. Or no, it was a challenge from Donde, a Monster Maker challenge. And our buddy here, Raincrawler, created a Chimera of you and Chris. And it is right here.
That's an unholy abomination, and I don't know if I should kill it or try to fix it. But fixing it I shall, with adding more Necron than Rat.
You gotta admit, it doesn't look bad, though, for what could have looked a lot worse as a...
Yes, it could have had a lot more Chris in it.
Indeed. I think this one has a lot more Necron in it. And then there's the John Hamm head on the spike.
It's a Necron trying to be a Skaven rather than a Skaven trying to be a Necron. Which
there you go. You know what I would like to see, since you're... See from you see, is since you are a digital painter and Raincrawler is, he just works in graphite from what I've seen, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of a collab, or you just taking this and maybe painting it up a little bit in Photoshop or whatever software you use. Since I know
could make a monster out of it, but it will turn into complete Necron on those.
No, don't change it up, but just, you know, add the colors to it.
It's the only thing I can do. I can only make things into Necrons. I cannot create new things. Well,
you already have the line work done for you.
I know.
This is an awesome piece. I wouldn't mind painting this one up. Yeah. Okay, moving onward. Abomination is what I thought. Yeah. Okay, let's spin that wheel some more. Let me see. Raincrawler said those look really... He's talking about the Tomb Kings. Very cool. Totally like those. Louis says, Raincrawler says, those look amazing. Really good. Really, really like it. Beautiful look, like Egyptian Chimera. Not all upgrades are upgrades. Can't believe they removed them. Exactly, Louis. I don't know why they would. I think I'm always gonna jump first. It's got to be something to do with money. Maybe the models were too expensive because they were pretty intricate models. Maybe the models were too. I don't know. I mean, there's other bigger ones, but I was thinking maybe they weren't making a big enough profit on the plastic angle of the whole thing, or they knew of Sigmar coming up and they wanted to match it to that lore. It could be a lore issue, but to make such an awesome faction just disappear and stop producing it, that's.
I mean, I could go into the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, but Chris will disown me, and I will disown myself after a few years. But I mean, they are cool. They are regularly cool. So, in case you are willing to dip your toe into the most accursed of ages, go on. There are Ossiarch Bone Reapers out there. They're not Tomb Kings, but if you really need anything like Tomb King, you probably should take a look at those. They have some magnificent things.
Bone Reapers.
I'm just doing Games Workshop job here, please.
Right, you are. Right, at least so. Okay, moving onward. We have the master of the Monster Maker challenges himself, Donde. What is your desert dweller today? If you're around, Donde. He said be right back. Maybe he's not back yet. Okay, let's skip Donde for now. Spin that wheel again. Hopefully it doesn't choose him again. It usually tends to choose the same person twice. And it almost did, but it got Rain.
Back.
Oh, Donde's back. Then it'll be you, Rain. So, oh yeah, I got your stuff. So Donde, if you may, share your desert dweller if you have one. Donde?
All right, the one that I picked is from the game Legend
And they return to life, I command you.
And their name is called...
Yes. Hello.
Looks like the cat's got him.
Hello?
We're hearing you.
Hello.
Okay, so the monster I picked is the Cactus Jack from the game Croc Legend of the Gobos.
Cool.
And he only appears in the desert island as the last guardian for that island. And what he is just a mixture of a gecko and a cactus that was combined by magic by the main villain called Baron Dante.
Baron Dante. Did you say, or it's cactus based, correct?
Yes, cactus and gecko. And all he does is spin around real quickly to hit you and shoot out his needles or spines as...
Cool. Pickle shooter. Spine shooter. That looks like Yoshi. But this isn't Mario, you said. This is a different game.
This is Croc. Cactus Jack's the big one.
Right. Okay. Cool.
This game was going to be a Yoshi game, but I think Nintendo relinquished them from making games or making any Nintendo games. So they went up and made their own game called Croc. So that's why Croc looks similar towards Yoshi. But there he is standing.
It looks like a cactus.
Well, that's some cool bit of extra info. There are some awesome cactus monsters out there, guys. Just concept arts and such. If you just search that out, just such as mushroom monsters. I've been looking at a ton recently because of some research. But that's a cute little. I was gonna say little one. It's a big one. I like that he shoots spines. Did you enjoy the game, Donde? When's the last time you played this? That this is so fresh for you.
This game I played when I had the PlayStation. I was little and I had it. And I actually kept playing it throughout the years because we kind of got stuck near the end, and then we finally finished it years later. And then
Nice.
I'm replaying it again. I have to play to continue playing again sometime.
Cool. Well, this is beyond nostalgia for you. This is a returning thing for you.
Yeah, it's a returning game.
Right on. It looks juicy. I would definitely eat them. Imagine how much water a cactus monster like that would hold in the desert. Awesome. All right. Moving onward. Anybody has anything else to share? Oh, yes. Rain's turn. Rain messaged me. Let's see what Louis said real quick. Cactus and gecko. It's like a desert mandrake. Desert mandrake. Interesting. Okay. And here's the text from Raincrawler's share. Let me get the images. Copy image. Good. Gave me 2 this time. Yeah, Raincrawler, if you want to give me just 1 or 2 images, and same with you, Louis, each time I can always search out more once you give me the text. But since you guys share from different angles, that'll just make it do that. Oh, me. And there we go. Oh, that's the same one again. Sorry. Get this one in here. Hey, C, have you been watching Idig Beer's latest videos?
Huh?
Have you been watching your master's Idig Beer's channel lately? The Master of
No.
Necrons. Oh, you haven't? Aw.
IDC Beer. I don't. Oh yes, I don't think I watched the latest one, as I think I saw it come out, and then I got distracted, and
Gotcha.
then I didn't watch it.
I was gonna say, previous to his latest one, you'd see a recognizable face in there. But yeah. Idig Beer's my man. Love Nick. He's an awesome guy. Totally supportive. I support him. It's unfortunate we have a bit of different... I mean, he's got a very specific interest on YouTube, which is Necrons, Slanesh, and Warhammer. Not really RPG and other monsters. He did a little bit and even mentioned me in those videos. But he's an awesome person to collaborate with and just a really cool guy. So shout out to Idig Beer out there. He rocks. Go over to him and give him some love. Hashtag WOM. All right, so this is from Rain. And Rain's got so much attention today with that sting. So let's see what he has. The Sirens of God of War. Nice. They are spread in the desert of lost souls. You must destroy them to open the gate. You find the 3 sirens by listening carefully to their songs. They have the silhouette of a beautiful woman, as you see here, with almost the whole boob showing. We got side boob, front boob, some under boob as well. But up close, their faces are the state of decomposition. Now that's disgusting. So for all you men that get attracted to women, that was an odd starting of a sentence. Imagine you come close to this. The wind blows her hair away off of her face, and you see an actual skull nose and parts of her lips missing, exposing the teeth and flesh under.
And that is when you punch them. Very hard. With a truck.
Floating, you sting them with a truck. Floating in
Yes.
the air like a haunted soul. Sweet.
Float like iceberg. Sting like a thrown iceberg.
I like that concept, because we have many concepts in the
Oh.
monstrous world of
League of Legends.
sexy girls and sirens and, you know, all that. But this one of, like, everything looking human, and then that touch of the decomposing face. Ooh. It doesn't look that great in the game like I imagined it, but, well, we got the huge jaws, the exaggerated open jaws. That's pretty cool. They really wanted to expose those feminine parts, didn't they, in the game? Well, they know what sells, obviously. She's dancing. She has abnormally large mouth. Yeah, I do like that. I wonder how that is in the game. Like, that mouth, does it open all the time to where it's not creepy anymore? Or, like, the moment you get close to it, it's just like, blah, and it, like, freaks you out? Because that would be pretty cool. Yeah, I wonder how it appears. Better for the better for singing Gagmazio, says Donde, or eating. I like your perspective, Donde. That's why your comics are enjoyable. It's exactly that mind frame. Reminds me of La Llorana. Yep. I know you mentioned her. I know there's a movie. Maybe we'll have to do some video about that, JMPF. Some thoughts there. Or whatever your mind came up with. And Donde with the spy eyes. Getting dandy with us here. Getting dandy. A little going to the perverse end, which is just fine. Siren-headed sirens. Siren-headed sirens. By the way, Sirena is Serbian pronunciation of the word mermaid. Is that right? Sirena is the Serbian word for mermaid. Yeah, in Polish it's the same, Gagmazio. In Polish, a mermaid is sirena, I believe. Sirena. Which is the same as Serbian. Makes sense. How about in Danish? What's her name?
Well, a mermaid is a very fine word for what it is in Danish, as it is a havfrue, which is literally a sea maiden.
That sounds very Norwegian. That sounds very Nordic. That pronunciation is so.
Denmark is part of Scandinavia.
Okay, that was my. Yes, that was my moment to shine. Yeah, no, that clearly that pronunciation gave that away. Say it again. See? How would you say mermaid? Hafru. Or hafru? Is the or part of it? Or
basically, I mean, you're not going to go to Denmark. If you say that in Denmark, they'll probably understand, because it's literally one of the few things of attraction we have in Denmark. That's
so weird to even imagine that, because it's such a heavy language, and to imagine Z speaking in that language, it's different. See, you gotta say a sentence for me. Say mermaids are wonderful creatures, or something like that in Danish, please.
Havfruer er fantastiske væsener.
That sounds cool. I'm so used to.
You know, I have to talk like that all day, mostly.
Right, of course. It's just we always bring up the Slavic languages because Chris's background and my background, but we don't mention this background of culture and language. It's pretty cool sounding. All right. Yeah, I remember when I did the Loki video, I was really focusing to get the pronunciations right. And so I got comments that troll and say it's terrible, comments that say I did a really good job too. That's nice to hear. But it was interesting. There's one guy on YouTube that taught the pronunciations.
Can I whine for a moment about the Marvel movies? Because their conceptualization of Thor is just, inaccurate as hell. But hey, it's Marvel. I don't blame them.
For sure. And when I covered Loki, Lopter, I covered it from, of course, the real one from the Legends. Cool. Sea Maiden or Hafru. Cool. So, okay, moving on. And mermaids, you know why? Sea Lady, blah, blah, blah. Or I just remember mermaids. Be right back. Okay. Louis. So, yes, Lorana. It's Yorana, I believe, the pronunciation. I was referring to catch up here. That's a spooky one, Rain. It reminds me of those sexy yet scary ghost women of Hispanic lore.
Wow.
EOW Serena. So he's talking about the La Llorana. I was referring to La Llorana, La Siguanaba, La Gritona, all similarly frightening. Ooh, there's some awesome Hispanic and South American monster lore. Yes, La Llorana. Gotta keep that double L correct. Also, La Segua, the woman with the face of a horse, but beautiful body. That's awesome. Woman with the head of a horse and a beautiful body.
Sounds like some furry shit. I am gonna get my flamethrower.
Reminds me of
for any possible furries out there, but it is necessary for the purity of morality. Yeah.
reminded me of your
Morality is a lie.
reminded me of
Morality
OCD's,
only exists if we allow it to.
that's hot post under the toad in the courtyard. Well done on that, OCD. And he says, I date her. Nice. Which one, the horse one or the decomposing face one, Louis? Or all of them?
There are those people out here that wouldn't mind for such a thing.
Too true.
My suspicious eyes were confirmed.
Right? Exactly. Well, I mean, there are necrophiliacs, and this one kind of gets the best of both worlds, it seems.
I'm gonna fucking end you.
He's having a good time there. All right, furry. All right, moving along, Svetlana. Don't know where this is all going, so I'm gonna remove Rain. Donde's free to go. The last one is Gargamel. Gargamel's been gone. Oh, I guess we are done. Well done, everybody. That was fun. A lot of distractions as usual. Let's take a look at our timing. Just 2 hours. Still a little longer, but all good. We had C back today, so it's a pleasure to hear his wonderful voice again. And approach of speaking. Anybody have anything else to say or to add for today? Oh, let's jump into our voting. Louis, I know you, or Rain, one of you had something you wanted to shout out for the next Monstercast. I'm going to shout out what Z kind of brought up as a joke. And if you guys have anything else you would like to share from, suggest for next week's Monstercast.
What was it now? It was the most horrible ways to die. By monsters, of course.
I'm voting for that one.
That's okay, what else? And you, Louis and Rain, what did you guys mention over there? I know you guys mentioned one. And what else do you guys suggest? I have another monster to show. After this, Gogmasio, let's do this voting. Then I'm going to ask you guys your favorites, and you can share, give your shout out then. He has a long face. Any other suggestions for next week's Monstercast? We need at least 2 more, guys. 2 more.
I think horrible things killed by is a very good topic. Yes?
Did we do one? Did we do delicious monsters? I feel like we've done monsters that we would like to eat.
Yes, monsters that was fun to eat, that was completely ruined by thirsty people.
I got a shout out to do too for a
What
monster.
about coolest monster death?
Wow. You are somehow weirdly connected to my videos, OCD, because the video I've been working on for the past week that I'm going to next release is specific type of coolest monsters, but coolest is going to be in the title, which is like the first time I've put coolest in the title of a video. What do you mean by that? Do you mean coolest literally or not literally?
The most totally wicked deaths.
Just awesome monsters.
Yeah, that die. Awesome deaths of those monsters. The other way I like it, how do I explain this? I'm trying to think.
Monster.
Where small was killed. Yeah, it's like 3 noticeable ways for it to kick the bucket.
I like that one, Gorgamazio. Explosive using monsters. And I'm typing these out. Noisy monsters. Noisy, okay.
Monster that uses explosions. Okay, that is actually really fun. I like that. I like that a lot. Exploding monsters. Oh, the possibility. Yes.
We got enough. I added one more for myself. Real. Oh yes, real animal monsters. There we go. The most monstrous way to get killed by a monster. The one you mentioned, Arthur. Okay, so that's your vote, Louis. I take it. No matter how much we mention monstrous animals, and we even have a cavern for them, we never actually made a monster cast for them, I believe. Let me know if I'm mistaken, MPF or somebody. Okay, guys, here they are. Here are the suggestions. Oh, I got a good noisy one, too. So, most horrible ways to die by monsters. Okay, something like that. Coolest monsters. Monsters that use explosives. Noisy monsters. Another one of mine. How to befriend a monster. Be specific. Monstrous animals. Alright, guys. Make your votes or forever hold your pieces.
Horrible ways to die, monsters.
That's 2, 3. 3 for horrible ways. 1 for noisy or explosive. Raincrawler, what do you vote? Do you vote the animal one? Ways to die by monsters. Yes. What else? Did I bother Procrastitron to make him vote? Yeah, I'll just leave him alone. Dundee, what do you vote for? Ways to die. Okay, I think that's clearly the winner. So even without Dundee's vote, we have a winner. The winner, guys, that I vote for as well is most horrible ways to die by monsters. Yeah. To die. Be killed by a monster. That's a really good one. I like that one. That's going to be a good one. Gonna be fun. A lot of digging to do. Okay, guys. One I wanted to mention real quick, just because I'm surprised nobody mentioned it, and then we'll go to Gogmazio. He's got one more. Are the Tremors. The Tremors, the big worms.
I mean, I wanted to mention the Tremor Monsters, the Graboids, but I literally done nothing talking about those the last 3 podcasts as I was on, so I thought I would leave it.
Hence, this is just a shout out, because they have been mentioned a lot. They're not very obscure. All these monsters are better, or most of them are better by the idea that they are more obscure, lesser known than the Tremors. The Tremors are very popular. Just a shout out to those Graboids. And let's go to Gogmazio. What's your final desert monster you wanted to shout out? Go ahead, Gogmazio. Gogmazio's gone now. He's having some issues. Okay, well, let's continue then. We're done here, guys. I wanted to hear which one you enjoyed the most from today's desert monsters.
I would be a liar if I didn't my own.
Your own, okay.
It just reminds me a lot about Necrons.
What do you think, OCD? They disappeared too. Which monster did you, or one of the most that you enjoyed today?
Ooh. I think. Let me scroll up, remember. I think we like the Scorpions, because we had such a fun conversation about them.
Yeah, the Radscorpions were interesting, if not horrifying.
It kind of led
I'm trying to purposely blot them out from my memory.
It just kind of led to a cool conversation. I just enjoyed it.
Yes.
I just think the idea of just giant scorpions in general was just cool.
What a cool pet that would be.
That would be cool.
Let's see. I'm gonna say one of the Monster Hunter ones. I like them both, but maybe I like the one with the head thing just a little bit more. It seems a little bit more original to me. Those were very cool. And, of course, the Tomb King's rock. the detail
they were made from stone. Haha, get it?
Yes, that is a good point. They are literally Tomb Kings. Now it all makes sense. I didn't know that. But those extra details, such as the skulls, as I pointed out within that Chimera one, and that Scorpion one, because the Scorpion one to me is, I mean, it's awesome. The design of it is awesome, but it's maybe a little bit more boring than the other ones. But then it has those details. I think somebody pointed out, Donde or somebody, that if you look at closely at the Scorpion one, it has hands at the tips of its legs. Love that. But even more what I love about that Scorpion Tomb King one is the mummy in its back. That's a really cool addition. That makes that Scorpion like 5 times cooler than just being a sculpted Scorpion. Having that mummy in its back. I love that concept. So yeah, that's very cool. Today, shout out to the Skaven Necron, sort of a desert dweller. So yeah, that's it. Those were a couple of mine. Gogmazio, I think, is back. Yeah, Gogmazio, if you want to share your other desert dweller, go ahead right now before you go away. Zelda mentioned are basically graboids, right? There were some similar ones to graboids, but nobody took their spot. The one OCD mentioned was pretty cool, kind of graboidish too. More ancient looking, very ancient looking. Very, also Tomb Kingish in a way. Let's see that in that universe. I just lost connection. What's next week? Ways to Die by Monsters. Thank you, JM. Horrible Ways to Die by Monsters. Okay. And see, you already said yours. Do you have a second one that if you weren't to vote for yours, see, that you liked the most today? That tickled your fancy?
Well, I mean, the Scorpion did spark a lot of fun discussion, but I think the Monster Hunter one was going to take the cake for me in that case.
Cool. And you guys on YouTube, let me know. Let's see. We're waiting for Gogmazio. After that, we'll be done, guys. So just a moment here. I enjoyed the Egyptian Golem monsters. Yeah, basically golems. They're all awesome. I didn't know there were golems, so I learned that about them. I don't know if I like that more than if they were like undead flesh. I don't think it affects how much I like them much. I think being sculpted golems like that, I think in my opinion, they're just more powerful that way too. Again, more epic. Epic army. The Egyptians, yes, the Tomb Kings. Shout out to the mummy monsters from the Mummy movies. Yes, shout out to those, Louis. I love when the first Mummy movie came out. That was cool. So this is the Jen Moran. I think another one from Monster Hunter, guys. See?
Yes?
I know you're tired over there. I want to
Yes.
ask you, do you want to read this last paragraph?
Yes, let's have a go at it.
Cool. That'll be your final ending.
So, this is Jen
On where
Moran.
not.
Jen Moran is an extremely large monster with long, almost serpentine body. On each side of its head are sturdy, sharp-ended tusks, which can be broken by the hunter. Due to its back legs being unimportant, it moves either by dragging its enormous body along with its arms on the ground or by swimming in the sand. Somehow, a rocky spine run along its back where valuable minerals can be found. Ooh, spine surgery. Typical when Jen Moran is a calm creature, but when attack approaches dragon ships is threatened. In self-defense, it rams the ship with its body and throws large stones off its back. It feeds on minerals from the bottom of the great desert. There are also hallowed genres of crystals running down its back because of a diet of amethyst crystals. Classification: Elder Dragon Leviathan, also from Monster. Yes?
Awesome. Thank you once again. See, back with a vengeance.
Now, I will pop off. I'm very tired.
See, I gotta say, before you go, you're young. You're still a young guy. I'm wondering what you're gonna sound like in your 50s and 60s. I look forward to it. Your way of pronunciating in English, at least, is beyond your age, you know, in the way the certain mannerisms behind your pronunciation. So it's just gonna be fun to see when you're actually aged to the point of how you sound now, how you're going to sound at that point. You'll probably just sound the same until you die.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope I don't lose my voice until then.
An immortal voice. Cool. Well, thank you, C. Thank you, man. You take care.
Pleasure being back. I'll be back next week.
Cool.
See ya.
Forward. See ya. Okay. I wanted to shoot this out for you guys. Look at that first image that Gogmazio posted here. Beautiful longhorns, looks very ancient. And I want to give you guys a pop quiz real quick. I think OCD has a good chance of getting it. Cool, Dande's back. Dande, look at the last two images posted by Gogmazio. Look at the first one, the creature with the very long horns. There are two animals that are very clear as a reference. One animal is very clear, very obvious. The other one, you'd have to know a little bit more. And one of you even showed a little chimera utilizing that creature. Tell me, what two animals, two real-life animals, maybe extinct or not, do you think are very represented in this monster? Can anybody get that pop quiz out? I should do a pop quiz every Monstercast, actually, at the end. That'd be fun. But these are already so long. If they were shorter, I would. More activities. So what do you guys think? OCD, I think you might get it because of...
Not sure.
Two animals. What two animals do you guys see clearly?
I see some kind of hog-like tusk. Maybe. I think reptilian, crocodilian.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give that one to you then. Okay, crocodile. Because of the crocodilian scaling and even the shape of that arm that we see just a little bit here. And look at the bottom jaw. It's like a crocodile right there, except for it ends strangely, and it has a top portion that's much different. Nobody's guessing. So I'll give it away, or my thoughts. What's that?
Armadillos. Got two straws.
What are you saying there?
Armadillosuchus. So it's a crocodile that's kind of armored like an armadillo.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think I know reptiles enough species in general.
So there is no... I don't have an official answer, right? Because I don't have the concept artist. But what I was thinking, guys... Okay, so one that I clearly saw there is the crocodile. And especially you guys watching through YouTube, you can see me shifting with the mouse. But now, OCD, I think I'm speaking to you because you're the one that represented this, I believe, in a chimera creature. Look at the end of the bottom crocodile jaw. You see the front of it? How it goes in a circle and those teeth go around?
Oh, you mean Helicoprion? Like Helicoprion?
Is that what it's called? It's a prehistoric fish or shark?
Yeah, Helicoprion.
Yes.
I think it's more related to chimeras than sharks. The actual fish chimera.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fish, but that's the number one thing I saw when I saw that. Because you don't see any other animals or really monsters that have a tip of a jaw with teeth going in a circle around it, except for that one particular creature. So he got it. Can you write the name of that creature? I just want to show everybody. Yes. Or search an image. I'll put it out there and...
I'm probably misspelling it, but...
Yeah, that should be close enough. Let's see. That's pretty good. You actually got it very close. Actually, it's pretty easy compared to other prehistoric animals. Helicoprion. What an awesome name. Helicoprion. Yeah. So let me show you guys real quick the Helicoprion. What's a better image of its mouth? Maybe this one's more clear. And why I immediately thought of that and an alligator or a crocodile. There you go, guys. See what I mean?
Look at that. That stunning lad.
Look at that. Yes, stunning lad. And this. There you go, guys. Basically a chimera of a crocodile and a Helicoprion. Wait, no,
Also,
Helicoprion. Yeah,
Helicoprion.
sweet. I wonder how many more such chimeras we can catch throughout the monster universe. We should try to do that. Whenever we see a monster somebody presents, try to figure out what animal composition could make it. And that's that, guys. It looks like a giant rock caiman. Yeah, you got one there that I was thinking of, Louis. Squid eater. No, it was the head. Okay. Guys, we are done here. You can say your goodbyes. Thank you, everybody, for spending another Saturday with us. Next week, we're going to be talking about the horrible ways to be destroyed by a monster. The monstrous ways to be killed by a monstrous monster. Love you all. Until next week, stay strong. Oh, there's Pro. Hey, Hill, there, Pro, if you want to shout out anything. Next week, Pro, if you're interested, we'll be talking about horrible ways to be killed by a monster. Should be fun. All right, guys, this is my goodbye. Take care, my friends. Have a great day or night, whatever you shall be.
Stay well and safe.
Outro music, outro music. Nope, that's intro music. All right, guys, go ahead and say your final words. We're done.
Final words are...
In the words of Victor, don't fear the unknown, understand it. In the words of, what's his name? Chris, fear the unknown, blow its head off with a shotgun. In the words of Jono, something along the lines of, what's that, Donde?
What are John's words? Is it just that John, the whispers are great, or is it John Hamm's always watching or something?
Yes. Be wise, or be careful, for when you look into the eyes of a John Hamm, you yourself will become, or are a John Hamm, will become a John Hamm.
John.
In the words of Louis, by Arthur. In the words of Rain, see you guys. Well, thanks for you guys over on YouTube. In the words of Gogmazio, John Hamm faces. 3, 2, 1. Adios.